All right, fashion dolls. I definitely apologize about that. I had to come and start a new live. Please forgive me. Please forgive me, you guys. All right. Okay, let me send this back to Dylan to let him know that I am on. Hopefully it works this time. Hopefully it works. I pray that it works. I'm trying to find some place to put this. Please come back, Dylan. Okay. I am all over the place today, y'all. Please forgive me. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God, we're dropping everything today. Let it drop. All right, fashion dolls, and we're back. Give me a sec. Let me adjust this fan. I don't want to cut it off. Woo. A diva is over here trying to meth. Hi, Chiffon _ talks the talk. Welcome back. I'm back, you guys. We are getting ready to sit down with our very special guest for this afternoon, Dylan Mooney. Ladies and gentlemen, he is back. All right. We had some technical issues. I had to move from over there by my window and maybe. And you guys can see that glow. That glow is beaming, right?
Hello. I don't know what was going on there. That was some real technical difficulty there. How you doing?
Yes, I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Just out here and enjoying this day. Thank you for having me again.
It is such a pleasure having you on. Like, you just don't know. I have been anticipating this interview.
Oh, so have I. I feel very grateful to be here, and I love what you're doing. You know, I know you.
And I appreciate it. I think we're back now. Are we back, you guys?
We're back.
All right. So let's get right into it. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got your start into acting.
Well, I started acting when I was a kid, basically, back in elementary school. My first play, I played Little Abner, and I played Batman. So that's how it all started. And as a kid, I always knew that I was going to be a performer. You know, I was inspired by, Michael Jackson and a whole bunch of people that just really inspired me. And I knew that that's who I was inside. But I also played basketball growing up, so I played a lot. Back in high school, I kind of converted into just being a full-time basketball player. I got a basketball scholarship, played ball, and then in the middle of my scholarship, I realized that I just wasn't happy. I wasn't happy, and I knew why, because I was supposed to be performing. And because of that, I gave up my basketball scholarship, moved back to LA, went to Cal State LA, got my theater arts degree, and then hit the pavement running. And since then, it's been a journey. It's been about 10 years. I was in I've done a lot of stuff, a lot of different movies, worked with some great people. And here I am today, just blessed for the opportunity to be on the family business, on BET Plus. That's where I'm at today. And it's just like, man, it's been a journey. I also teach Sorry, I'm out here in the wilderness.
You're
I
good.
All right. I also teach at the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute. I teach the business of acting, and and I constantly refer back to my journey and try to, give them things along that they can use along the way to kind of not have to go through all of the ups and downs, kind of have the information already available to them so they can make better choices because it's a journey. Miss Stevie, this whole thing is a journey, and there are peaks and valleys, and and I'm just really, really blessed to just be on this show right now, recurring on the show, and be working with these amazing actors and an amazing crew, and the showrunners, Indy Brown, director Trey Haley, writer Carl Weber. I'm just really fortunate.
Absolutely. And speaking of family business, you play the role as a detective. Could you tell everyone a little bit about your character?
I can tell you a little bit about it, but I can't go too deep into it because they told me don't say too much about your character, make people watch the show. I play Detective Des Bryant, and I am, let's say, somewhat of a fixer for the Duncan family. So the whole story of the family business revolves around the Duncan family, which is a organized crime family. And oh man, it's such a good story. There's so many good actors. Um, and basically, I am a detective, and I'm not a good detective, or am I a good detective? We don't know, but let's just
Y'all
say
gotta tune in and watch.
you got to tune in and watch. Let's just say I'm kind of a fixer. So yeah,
So if you guys watch
that's
Scandal, you kind of should get the insight of when he says fixer.
exactly. I mean, you hit it right there. That was it right there. Because if you did watch Scandal, that's exactly the 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 premise of my character. Um, and it's such a oh man, this season is so fire. There's so many amazing actors in the show, led by Ernie Hudson, of course, who's also out in Ghostbusters coming out. I think did it come out today? I can't remember if it came out today or yesterday, but the new Ghostbusters is coming out. Ernie Hudson is back. He was the one of the original Ghostbusters, so shout out to him. He's doing amazing things, and it was like it's an amazing show, and I'm just so fortunate to be a part of it.
Yes, and we've seen some of the photos. We've seen Tretch in one of the photos, so you guys just have to stay tuned and watch it.
And let me tell you, Tretch is, we already know he's an icon in the music business, but let me tell you, this brother can go. Like, him working with him, I was like looking at him like, yo, this dude is amazing. He's such a good actor, and like he is such a kind person to work with, you know. And but he's really good. Like, I was just like, what? This dude is amazing, you know. Yeah.
Someone is saying hey to you, Tammy T. Hi, everyone, if you're just coming in.
Hey, Tammy T, how you doing? She's awesome. She's also an actor, and is really, really awesome person too. Oh man, there's some other people in here. Yeah, Javon's talk the talk. They must be talking about you, because they say you look fabulous, Miss Stevie, and I think that was definitely about you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Yes,
my
yes,
goodness. Shout out to Stevie
yes.
Brown, actor, singer, who just put out a single. Make sure you guys go and check it out right now. It is out, so make sure you guys go and check that out. But speaking of new singles, you've also done some other projects that we're familiar with as well, too. Till Death Do Us Part, alongside Taye Diggs, Boy
Hmm.
Bye, Fall Girls, Modern Family, Impress Me, and you've also earned an NAACP award for Best Ensemble Theater Production for Flying West. So we'll talk about that in the next hour, but let's get into these other projects. Like, what was it like working alongside Taye Diggs? Because we know him for The Best Man and How Stella Got Her Groove Back, along Angela Bassett. So what was it like working with Taye Diggs?
Well, to be honest with you, I shot on separate days from Taye Diggs. so I didn't actually get to work with him. The days I shot, he was not there. Um, but I can tell you this, uh, at the rap party and the premiere and all that, like meeting him, he's just another kind soul. We already know his talent. I mean, he's talented is through the roof. But he's just a kind soul, and that movie was amazing. One of my best friends and partners, Chandrella Avery, was a producer on that film, directed by Chris Stokes and the Footage Film family. So shout out to them. It was an amazing experience, and it was a big deal. I mean, that film, highlighted domestic violence, number one,
Yes.
which needs to be highlighted and fought against. No, I shouldn't say fought against, but like it needs to be highlighted in everyday lives so that people can feel they can reach out if they're experiencing domestic violence and things like that. So it was a very poignant film that that helped a lot of people, I think. So there was that, and then also when it came out, it was top 10 grossing domestic film in the entire country over the weekend. Yeah, so it was just an amazing experience all the way around being a part of that film. Yeah, yeah.
And you've mentioned Chandrella Avery. Been following her since, what was it, Good Girls Gone Bad comedy or something that used to come on Oxygen. I remember the show. But
Yeah,
she's an amazing producer.
yeah, she is. She's so amazing. And another person who I can't say enough good things about her. I mean, I just, like she's my sister. Like she's like one of my best friends, and she's got so many things going on right now. She just launched a block of short films on Tubi, so everybody should go watch that. A block of horror short films into like a block where it's like almost like a long movie, but they're different short films, and she's doing some big things coming up. And I'm really just proud of her. I'm really proud of her. She's also a co-founder of our company Actor Trade, which is an app for actors that enables actors to connect for free live rehearsals and self-tapes. And because everybody knows that self-tapes are the future, or no, they ain't even the future. They are here right now. So, so, yeah. So I'm really proud of that too, and I'm proud of her.
And I love that you've mentioned that because speaking of that, we talked about your film Flying West and producing and directing. It's been difficult for a lot of actors with this pandemic going on, with having to follow these guidelines and restrictions and things like that. How has it been for you? Because I know it's been like that for a lot of actors where it's just like, okay, what do we do now? We never expected this to come, this pandemic.
Yeah, yeah. Um, it's been difficult for number one. Number one is everybody has suffered at some point, whether you have somebody that you lost your job, or whatever it was, everybody has had to adjust in some way. And for actors, um, the business just basically stopped. They're like my wife, she works from home and she works for a nonprofit. That business has gone on the entire pandemic. She has not stopped. But for a lot of the world, it just stopped without explanation and without a time frame. So it made people really everybody was just didn't understand what was happening. And for actors, it was like a double blow because all our business is predicated on opportunities, right? Auditioning, things like that. And even when you do that, you don't have a job. So there's like layers to even getting the job, but to not even be able to put yourself out there to do the thing that, you know, you love to do. Like for musicians, a musician can play anytime. For
Oh
an
yeah.
actor, for an actor, we don't get to do that. We can't go out on the street corner and go do Shakespeare. We'll look like, like a crazy person. So for us, it was unfathomable to think that we could not perform, and there's no time frame in when we can get back to doing that. So it was rough, and it's, you know what, and we're still feeling the effects. A lot of productions are really tentative on starting and doing things because of COVID protocols. It costs more money to produce things, and there's bigger risk. If somebody gets sick on set, you got to shut everything down. So people that are putting millions and millions of dollars into this are a little, like, well, let's wait, or let's do it, like, you don't, they're just a little apprehensive to do productions right now. So actors are still feeling the effects of this. Let's put it that way.
Listen, I've seen so many platforms where actors and actresses are out here recording and on set, and they're literally having to close down because someone on the set either got sick or something has
Hmm.
happened. And
Yeah.
even on talk shows, on the journalism aspect of it, as a journalist and a blogger myself, I've seen on platforms, people ask me all the time, will you ever do a live show? Because I have two male co-hosts. I have two
Uh-huh.
co-hosts. It's three of us. I'm the head.
Uh-huh.
I own the platform and everything, but I have two co-hosts as well. And they're asking, people already been asking, like, are you going to do live shows pretty soon in person? I said, the way that things are looking, who's to say? You might not ever know. This could be the new normal.
It really could be, and I think it really is. I think it is a new normal. I think it's changed the way even people think about doing things. Um, it's changed the actor's process for sure, because now all we do is self tape. Like this week, I've sent in probably three self tapes for other roles, and I think everybody's starting to not only adjust, but a lot of people are going, you know what? I don't think I need to pay $10,000 a month to be, in this building anymore. I can actually navigate my business digital and wait till the moment to where we hire somebody or where we're doing something to meet in person. So people are still keeping their distance as much as possible, you know?
And before we did this interview, FYI, I think Dylan asked me this question: are we going to do it in person or are we going to do virtual? I said, no, baby, we're going to do this virtually. We're going to do
Virtual.
this virtual.
Yeah.
It's safer and I like it, you know. And
Yeah.
technology, thank God for the power of technology, because we're able to communicate with our families, which is going to be
Right.
my next part of the conversation and question for you. Has
Yeah.
it been difficult being away from your family on set and things like that? Because I know a lot of actors and actresses go through, what's the word that I'm looking for? Separation anxiety, being away from their family members. And it's been difficult. You can't, like, I'm a physical being. I love to hug. I'm very affectionate. I love to hug my grandmother, my mom.
Right.
I love to show affection. And we can't do that. Where people are literally scared and now having to take precautions, even when it comes to their family members and things. My question for you is, how has it been for you being the balance of being on set and then away from family?
It's, well, it's been tough.